So in this video we are going to install a local server known as Laragon. And if you have other local servers such as Examp or Local by Flywheel or any other local server at all that you have, we are going to use that to create our website. Now the purpose of the local server is to ensure that we have one that will serve web pages to others when they visit the website. And so we are going to have just a typical example of what will take place on the internet. Now that we have our Laragon local server downloaded and installed, the next thing to do is to install WordPress. So we open our Laragon application. Then before we take any action, you see that we have Start All here. We have to click on Start All so that it starts certain components that will make the web server work. So we click on Start All. Then as you can see here, Apache web server has been started. Then the MySQL database has also been started. Then we can now proceed. So you right click on any empty space at all here. Then you click on Quick App. Then you click on WordPress. Then you give your project a name. In my case, I'll name it My Store. So you can use any name for your project. Having done this and clicked on OK, we wait for the process to get completed. So the database has been created. Now what is happening is that the Laragon application is extracting the WordPress files so that the WordPress will get installed for us. So after waiting for a couple of minutes, you get to know that the extraction will get to 100%. You have to make your computer allow this operation. If there is a command that you should allow it, you should do so. If you don't see any command, you can go down to the task bar and you see a command, a Windows command processor. That is if you are using Windows. Whatever operating system you are using to, you would see a similar command so that you allow the process. So once you click on the task bar, the Windows command processor down there, you now be able to enable it. Click on yes. We see that our WordPress has been created and this is the generated URL. So the name of my project is My Store. Hence the URL generated or the website address generated is mystore.test. And that is what I'm going to use. If I go to visit site, this will open with my default web browser. So visit site. So here we are going to complete the installation of WordPress. Here we are being asked to add some few details such as the site title. So what is the name of your website? I'll just name my own, My Online Store. Then username and enter a password too. Then you enter your email. Then the next thing to do is to click on Install WordPress. These are the credentials that you use to log in, your username and your password, or your email and your password. So keep them safe and ensure that you remember the credentials that you've provided. Then you click on Install WordPress. Then you should see this success message that the installation has been successful. So the next thing to do is to log in with the credentials that you just provided. My username and then my password. Click on login. You see that after you click on login, you are taken to the dashboard. You'll be able to manage your website from the dashboard. So this is the URL of your website, mystore.test. Depending on the name you give to your project, you may have your project name .test. So in this case, my website address is mystore.test. And so this is where I see my website. But if I want to go and edit the website to make changes to the website, I go to mystore.test/wp-admin or mystore.test/wp-login.php, whereas my website address itself is mystore.test. So having done this and uploaded the contents to a remote server, a server where we would now pay for our hosting and make sure that the website is live and others can access it, it will now be something like mystore.com/wp-admin or mystore.com/wp-login.php. Now, because we want to be managing the website from the dashboard, we want to have at least 2 tabs opened so that we make the changes at the dashboard here and have a look at the website on the other tab. So if you hover over the name of your website, in this case is my online store, you click on visit site, open it in a new tab by right clicking and selecting open link in new tab. Then you see that it has been opened here. So this is how our website looks like. This is the nature of the website. But we said we are going to create an online store. So why do we have this? Yes, this is the beginning. So we are going to proceed and install a theme that has the features of the online store that was shown at the outset. So let's get started. So we are going to install a theme, an online store theme, and this is my downloaded file. So check the description of this video and you find the link to download this theme. After you finish downloading the theme, you extract the file. So right click and then extract the files. If you get an error message that the path is too long, what you can just do is to cancel the process. Then rename it to anything. Because the file name is too long, you can now proceed with the extraction. Extract all. So after extraction, you have to extract further. Right click and extract further. After the second extraction, you have the theme folder here. If you open it, you see various folders and files. What we are going to upload is inside the theme files. So open the theme files folder. You see 2 main zip files here. We have Toko and Toko Child. We are going to use the first one, that's the main theme, and this is the child theme. So we are going to install the first one. So you can just drag and drop it on the desktop so that you can have easy access to it. This is the name of it so that it will be easier to locate when we want to do the uploading. So let's go to our dashboard, go to appearance and click on themes. We are going to add a new theme. So you can use this add new button here or the one below here. Click on it, then go to upload theme. Then you browse for the file. This is the one you are looking for. You double click on it to upload. The next thing to do is to click on install now and wait patiently till the installation is complete. The next thing to do is to activate the theme so that it becomes the current one. So you click on activate. So you can see that the active theme is the one that we just installed and activated. Yes, so what we are going to do now is to start installing plugins. And you have that notice here. You just have to click on this, begin installing plugins. Command the installation of all of these at the same time. So we click on this checkbox here to check all of the others. Then we go to bulk actions up here, click on that and go to install. Then click on apply and wait for a couple of seconds to have the plugins fully installed. At this point, we've had all our plugins installed successfully. So the next thing to do is to activate the plugins. We go back to the plugins installer by clicking on return to plugins installer. So select all of them, click on bulk actions, then activate. Click on apply to make all the plugins fully functional and wait for the activation process to complete. Now the plugins have been installed and they have been activated. So let's return to the dashboard by clicking on this return to dashboard, or better still the one here. Any of them will send us to the dashboard. And of course we are still on the dashboard. But this process has refreshed the whole dashboard because all the plugins have been activated and they are showing in the dashboard. They can now function and make the website work successfully. So the next thing we have to do is to install demo data. If we move to the right and go to our website and we refresh the website, either by clicking on the refresh or the reload icon or pressing on F5 if you are using Firefox browser, you see that the website has changed slightly, but this is not exactly what you are looking for. So what we have to do is to install demo data. So let's go back to the dashboard and we go to appearance and then we click on import demo data. So this importation process will help us to make our website look exactly like how we expect it to be, after which we customize it to suit our needs. Then we are good to go. So we have 2 page builders here. In fact, they are all working in the theme, but we have to just choose one of them. So just click on the first one, click on import, then also give confirmation to that. Yes, so you click on yes, import. So this may take a couple of minutes, so you patiently wait for the demo imports process to complete, so you see that the demo import has finished. So now that we've finished importing the demo data, let's go back to our website to see the changes made. So we can go to our website and refresh it, or enter our website address once again, and we see this amazing online store created for us. So this is what we have done so far. And what we have to do is now to customize this website, this online store. We have to add categories to it. Then we also have to add items or products and their prices. So we see that here we have various categories of the products that we are going to sell online. So we have women's clothing, men's clothing, and a whole lot. And under each category we have other subcategories that we can use. Now, depending on the kind of store that you are creating, you may want to change all these categories and replace them with your own categories. And so we are going to do that. So first things first, before we get started to changing the categories and adding our products and all that, we have to first configure some settings. And if we go back to our dashboard, this particular plugin that you see here, WooCommerce. This WooCommerce plugin is actually the plugin that turns our website into an online store. So we have to configure it and set up the whole store with our settings. You go to dashboard, you see run the setup is located here. Or we can equally go to the WooCommerce settings and do it there. That is WooCommerce here. Then we go to settings and do it. So each of these approaches can work. So we go to run setup wizard. Yes, so we are going to provide the address of our store. So provide your details. Choose your country. In this case, I'm choosing Ghana. So country and region. Provide the city name and postcode. And there's a checkbox here. If you are setting up this store for someone else, you can check this box. If not, then just proceed. Continue. In which industry does the store operate? You check the one that is your industry in which you want to sell your products. You can choose more than one. And then you continue. What types of products will be listed? So the first obviously is physical products. Would you provide downloads as products for sale? You may want to check or otherwise. If you check all these and you think you use them, these are add-ons you have to pay. So maybe we can skip these, and of course because our focus is on physical products, we just select this and probably add this one and we just click on continue. How many products do you plan to display? So let's choose the highest number possible because the store will grow eventually. Are we currently selling somewhere else so that we want to probably import our products to WooCommerce? Because we are starting everything from scratch, we may want to choose no. We may want to disable these options here and continue. Click on continue with active theme. So there is a notice here whether we want to enhance our store with a plugin known as Jetpack. It really has a lot of cool features. So the moment we agree to it, it will be installed. So we may want to accept this. If later we realize we may not need the functions of Jetpack, we can just deactivate that plugin.